They have beaten the United States of America to advance to the semifinals of the FIBA Basketball World Cup.
Have the United States learned from their past mistakes? Their roster for the World Cup does have some NBA All-Stars, but there is a problem. All are young and inexperienced in FIBA basketball. The last time the USA delegated a team like this, it ended in the worst ever result for the country, 7th place in the 2019 World Cup. For many, they might seem bound for failure once again, but I saw some exciting things from their friendly games that made me think otherwise. With the Olympic Games taking place next summer, all the superstars declined an invitation this year. Steve Kerr's coaching staff was left with a difficult choice. Which of the non-superstars can do well in a totally different FIBA court? They came up with a solid group of up-and-coming players who on paper look like a great fit for defensive and team-oriented basketball. But will it be enough against FIBA veterans like France, the always dangerous Australia, or the dark horse Canada with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? Because usually it was the biggest superstars of the game who put the USA on top. LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Carmelo Anthony putting on a show and helping the Americans overcome the lack of experience for smaller court size or defensive rules in FIBA. This year, they will have to do it without the brightest faces while all the issues have remained relevant. Just look at the way the USA stupidly gives away an unsportsmanlike foul here with Mikal Bridges grabbing a guy after the whistle. In the NBA, that's normal, but you can't do that in FIBA. Traveling in transition will also be whistled. Making a highlight reel isn't above the rulebook here. Yes, it'll take time for Team USA to adjust, but friendly games are exactly for that. Another example here as Brandon Ingram is late in defensive rotations. The rule is simple. When the ball moves, you move. Forward stands still for a slight moment, forgetting there is no 3-second rule in FIBA, and is not on time to help on this lob in a mismatch under the basket. The court is tighter, so Americans will have to realize that with their athleticism, they can shrink the court more. All the European NBA superstars have said that it's easier to score in the NBA than on FIBA courts.
Scoring is easier in NBA just because of the amount of the different rules, less space, the time.
The shorter three-point line has a lot to do with it. ISO basketball is much harder with the help being much nearer. Players can stunt and recover comfortably. Banchero thinks he will have a go at Aldama, but Diaz can diminish the gap on the left all of a sudden. In the next clip, Haliburton wants to drive right, but 3 players are close. That would mean 2 players should be open, right? But even with the right spacing by the USA, a smaller court and shorter three-point line allow other players to cover the gap, so one pass would not be enough. However, just like Team USA will have some adjustments to do, their opponents are facing the same task. And I don't predict it to be a walk in the park. The speed the USA play with is from another world, something unseen in FIBA basketball. Good luck stopping nature freaks like Anthony Edwards in transition after defensive rebounds. But what's funnier is that international teams might score points and Americans be like, okay, but can you score and be ready to defend immediately? They don't overthink about what happened. They take the ball out of bounds without it touching the ground, and the point guard is sending outlet passes like an NFL player. I counted more than a handful of instances where the USA scored faster than 6 seconds after allowing the basket. The production crew hasn't even finished showing the replay, the ball is already going through the net again. Expect much more of this in the World Cup. Also, you can't forget about those deflections. If you had to name one trademark thing every Team USA had in the past, it's the elite length, athleticism, and active hands above all. Those will be crucial on defense. I'm not going to surprise you, but Team USA will definitely lead the tournament in deflections. Puerto Rico, Slovenia, and Spain all had problems with that. So many of these led to fast breaks, where Americans are looking to score as much as possible. It's so obvious that they are making it uncomfortable for others. The Spanish guys don't even think this outlet pass can be stolen, but Ingram extends his spider hands here and interrupts it. Or this clip, Spain have a 2-on-1 situation, but Haliburton reaches in at the perfect time, swiping it away and causing it to hit Abalde's leg. His excitement about a defensive play tells me this Team USA might be special. Will they be enough special to beat Luka Doncic and Slovenia? In any case, subscribe to our channel for a chance to win win a Luka Doncic jersey once we hit 100k subs. One lucky person will win it, so don't miss out. Now, going back to the video, the Americans will also have one weird, or let's say unusual, trend for the opponents to adapt to. Against their baseline out of bounds, they stay in a 1-3-1 zone to start, so none of these creative European set plays work. The corners are covered, but after a pass, they go to trap in the corner. Sometimes it may lead to a turnover and a dunk on the fast break, but other times a simple 1 or 2 passes immediately led to open threes. The USA are risking hard with this tactic, and I'm not sure how efficient this can be during the World Cup. You might wonder what other ways Team USA will score in. Apart from quick inbounds and points after steals, half-court basketball wasn't necessarily their biggest strength. I'll get into their offensive triggers later, with Steve Kerr loving one option more than anything else. But first of all, the USA will try to attack as much as possible in semi-transition. Ingram is looking to be the main catalyst here, as his long strides, dribbling skills, and mid-range are in full effect. Lengthy wings can benefit from these early attacks the most, where the opponents have not set up their defenses just yet. I also loved this trick by Austin Reaves. You might think it's nothing, but look at what this cut actually creates. At first, Bridges don't have any gaps to drive, but Reaves ghost cuts, opening up a driving gap to Bridges' strong right hand. Simply wonderful. As we all know, nowadays basketball is all about the guards creating havoc, for themselves or for others. Some might think USA lacks star power they always had, but Jalen Brunson or Anthony Edwards will have little to no trouble in one-on-one basketball. Whether that's attacking a mismatch or a late clock situation, Brunson has incredible footwork, patience, and a mid-range to lean on in order to beat the opponents. Edwards, on the other hand, is the biggest offensive talent in this team. His athleticism is second to none even in the NBA, while his skills aren't that far behind. Kerr has even designed an ISO setup for him on this elbow catch. Such spacing allows him to have the mid-range open and free to operate in. Same play is valid for Ingram as well. After the pass, Halliburton relocates almost behind him. And now look at all those spaces towards Ingram's strong right hand. Simple but effective. This entry is a popular start in Team USA offense, especially to start the game or after timeouts. This way, Steve Kerr and his extremely strong coaching staff involves 4 players in this smooth action, trailing behind the opponent's switch, and JJJ seals his man nicely here to score without a dribble.
Buried down low by Jackson.
USA don't have any fancy sets like Scariolo and Spain do. That's understandable. Great athletes need only a small trigger, and then it's up for their creation. This away screen arriving to half-court offense is a great example of it. Seems so simple, but could lead into multiple solutions. If the opponents sleep, Edwards can just rise for a 3-point shot. If they deny him, it can flow into a pick and roll in the middle action with Jackson Jr. acting as an offensive hub in the middle. 5-out spacing leads to an open 3 here. It also can turn into a double drag. Quick decisions and speed lead to opponents helping in the paint, and another high-quality shot. As you can see, getting good looks for the USA isn't the problem. What I loved more is how unselfish this group is. In the past, it wasn't always the case with the game's superstars on the team. Now, every year, the USA stresses the importance of team-first guys who enjoy passing up a solid shot for a great shot for a teammate. During friendlies, they were passing so much, Steve Kerr even told the media he wants less passing and more early shots. Such unselfishness, together with top-tier athletic and ISO abilities of some guys, make me believe this year's Team USA is destined for greatness. What do you guys think? Can the USA bring back the gold medal, or will someone expose their flaws? As always, let's discuss it in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like this video, check out the BN Plus platform right here, and I'll see you in the next one.